So here on the screen we have the token of the moment. It seems we have ASTER, which is the decentralized exchange that's currently being pushed by CZ of Binance, and so I think it's quite an interesting one to break down. So we will start off here on the daily, sorry, not a huge amount to chart, so this one should be quite interesting, but we'll go nonetheless. So we have our launch price down here. I'm using the MXC chart. So we are slightly, I don't know when it was listed. Oops, I have put the wrong one on. So it's Alt H, not Alt V. So we'll mark out our all-time high and our all-time low, at least all-time low on this pairing. And we have a daily level here that will mark in. We will get this, we'll make this white, and we will write daily, and I will move that up slightly to there. Right, and we have another daily level there. And how close are those two together? If I get this, put that under. So we have another daily level slightly below. Those two are a little bit too close for my liking, and so we will go down onto the 8 hours to see what we can see. So as you can see, where we had this daily level is a absolutely pitch perfect retest. So I think if we grab this and we'll just put this slightly under there, so yeah, we can see came up, bounced off this daily resistance, and then just landed beautifully on here, and we see spent quite a lot of time in this level before pushing up. But what else? So there is a very interesting 8 hour level there, which we will mark as 8H. Another one below, but that's pretty much where the daily level is. Although actually, if I get this level and we move this down slightly, you can see just how important this 18515 level is. So we'll have that marked out. And we'll put another one at 1.76. And as you can see, it's just dropped below here. As you can tell by the wicks, there is quite a lot of liquidity in this area. So if we go down onto the 4 hour, is there anything further we can see? Yep. There is a fantastic 4 hour level down here, which we can mark out. So this could be an interesting zone. This 1.58, as we can see, it's previously acted as support and resistance. So this is a very strong level. Looking at where we are now, we can see that this is quite a high liquidity zone. So we may see price move quite quickly through here before finding some support down here. In terms of 4 hour things elsewhere, what do we have? We've got a really nice level up here that we can mark out. So yeah, so as you can see, some nice things to aim at. I think that's probably about it. This area here we can look at should we end up revisiting it, but yeah, I think we can see quite strong liquidity in there. So what I will do next is, if I pull together our trusty FRVP, as you can probably tell if you watch these videos, I absolutely love this tool. I think it's really effective. And we can see this 8 hour level is where we see a lot of price action again as well here. In this zone, we can see that this area here is quite an interesting level with that spike of volume. So that's just off these bottom of these wicks here. So we may see a reaction as that approaches. Outside of that, we can see that this area here is quite interesting, as there is some volume there. So what I will do is I will get the box. Did I get the box? There we are. Box that out. And similarly, I will box out around here as well. And yeah, you can see a little bit down here that I will mark out. And then yeah, you can see if we get the box up here, we have this area up here that's interesting just above. So some nice liquidity zones, as you can see, all concentrated around here. This zone here, I think, is really interesting. And I think if we flick on this indicator, if it loads, there we are. You can see some of the interesting areas. Probably actually, if I get this on, you can see nice fair value gap that it's got there. This fair value gap was taken, but you can see this high liquidity area. And then look, yeah, previously a lot of support. So yeah, a big fair value gap down here. I don't think we'll get down here. I think it will be held. I think it'll be held up. Personally on this, I would be looking potentially for a dip into this area, and I think this area might be a really interesting entry zone to move further up through the levels. And as we can see, plenty of liquidity up on this top side, particularly here. I think there's quite a lot sitting around this $2.24 area. Currently coming back in for this retest. So if we were to go down to the hourly, is there anything more that we can see on a really low time frame? You can see where we've got this level, we've clipped in. So it's grabbing some fuel. So yeah, so I'm of the persuasion that potentially we may see, yeah, look at that. Look at the amount of liquidity that is in this area here. So I'm of the persuasion that I think we may see a dip into this area, whether we come down to here or whether we sweep a little bit higher. I think this range is really interesting, and it could serve as a place to grab some fuel before moving back up through these levels. And then for me, once you clear above here, this $2 region, I think here, yeah, you can see it's just pure liquidity above here. If I put a line on there, and we'll make this line not green because we use green. Let's do blue. You can see anything above here is, yeah, there's a lot to take. Price should move quite quickly in this area before looking at the all-time high, but yeah, presents plenty of fantastic opportunities, and yeah, certainly want to keep an eye out for. It seems to be that we're in the DEX narrative nowadays, so this could be one which could do quite well. Obviously with CZ behind it, I think that there's some good backers of this project. So it'll be really interesting to see how this one would play out. But yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, let me know if there are any altcoins you would like me to chart up.